Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. You are listening to the Healing Paths podcast, where we talk about your mental health. And I am clinical psychologist Dr. Rimsha. Have you ever felt that some wounds don't show on the outside but slowly break us from within? You smile, you seem normal, but somewhere deep in your heart, there is a lingering pain, an ache that doesn't go away. These are emotional wounds, which don't just heal with time, but with the right approach. Many people believe that time heals everything, but in reality, healing doesn't happen with time alone. What does emotional healing truly mean? How does it happen? And what do Islam and psychology say about it? That's what we will be discussing today. Emotional healing does not mean ignoring or forgetting our pain. It means understanding our emotions, accepting them, and processing them in a way that allows us to move forward. Islam teaches us that a balance between patience, sabr, and gratitude, shukr, is essential. Allah Almighty says in the Quran, in Surah Al Baqarah, verse 153, and be patient, for indeed Allah is with those who are patient. But one thing to understand here, patience does not mean suppressing our emotions. Many people believe that expressing emotions means a lack of patience. However, Islam never teaches us to suppress our emotions. Even the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ felt grief, but he never suppressed it. It is mentioned in Bukhari that when his son Ibrahim passed away, he said, the eyes shed tears, the heart feels sorrow, but we only say what pleases Allah. This shows that feeling emotions is natural, but expressing them in a way that pleases Allah is true patience. Patience does not mean we don't feel pain. It means that despite our pain, we trust Allah. We avoid expressing emotions in an unhealthy way and work towards healing. Psychology also states that allowing ourselves to understand and express our emotions helps our mind function better. When we suppress our emotions, stress and anxiety increase. Emotional healing begins when we first acknowledge our emotions and second find healthy ways to process them. The journey of healing. Emotional healing is a process that takes time. It involves several stages. Acceptance. The first step is recognizing that our feelings are valid. If something is causing pain, acknowledging it is not a weakness. Second is expression. Share your emotions with a trusted person. Write them down or express them in a dua to Allah. When we name our emotions, when we give them words, they become easier to manage. Third is letting go and forgiveness. Sometimes we dwell so much on a painful event that it becomes a part of our identity. A huge part of emotional healing is surrendering what we cannot control to Allah. Fourth is developing a new mindset. Once we move forward, it is essential to adopt new practices that bring positivity into our lives, such as practicing gratitude, setting new goals, or building healthy habits. Now, take some practical tips for emotional healing. First is obviously trust Allah's plan. Allah mentions in Quran in Surah Talaq verse 3, and whoever relies upon Allah, then he is sufficient for him. When we surrender our pain to Allah, we experience a sense of peace and relief. Second is to make salah and zikr a habit. Prayer is not just worship, it is one of the best grounding techniques. Zikr and tasbih help reduce stress and anxiety. Next is to start journaling. Writing about your emotions is one of the best ways to understand them. Develop the habit of writing daily, even if it is just a small dua or a gratitude list. Fourth is to practice self compassion. Understanding and respecting our emotions is essential. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to a dear friend, with kindness and empathy. And the last but not the least, and one of the most important, is to seek professional help and don't hesitate. Sometimes talking to a therapist or a counselor is a necessary step in emotional healing. Therapy is not just for people with mental illness, it is for anyone who wants to heal emotionally. That's all for today's episode. Remember, healing is a journey, not a destination. All we need to do is try to become better each day. Until the next episode, take care of yourself. Fi amanullah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.